Hi, guys. Have you ever felt like you owed it to everybody else around you to give and give and give until you had actually nothing left? That is what the boundaries video is about today, because it's a lot more common than you think. And you may not think that you have this programming, but it might still be floating around inside of you somewhere. So, actually, let's go ahead and do some little work on that right now. Let's go ahead and imagine a tube of light shining down on us, containing information on when it is appropriate to give and when it's okay to say, no, I'm sorry, I need to keep some for myself. In the tapping scripts for today from the Boundaries book, which is linked below, one of the tapping scripts that caught my eye this morning as I was looking over it is, I can give to others while reserving my best for myself. Does that trigger you? Listen to it again. I can give to others while reserving my best for myself. Okay, what comes up for you when you think of this? Because just now, as I was reading it, having written this book, I read that and I kind of felt like a little triggered. I was like, oh man, is that really allowed? But the secret is, of course, it is allowed. It has to be. That's the only way that the world can function. It's, again, we all say it, but like the oxygen mask on the airplane, you have to put it on yourself first if you're going to serve other people. Another religious example, I'm thinking of the 10 virgins, the wise virgins that kept their own oil. No, they did not share it. They were helpful and, kind and did what they could. But at the end of the day, they had to say, sorry, my best is for me. I can't give it to you. I have to keep it for myself. Every day we have opportunities to decide who gets our time, who gets our energy, who gets whatever we've got. And it can be a default setting. I think it can be a religiously programmed default setting. It can be a family programmed default setting that we have to give other people everything that we've got. That's one of the false beliefs in the book that we clear today is I must give of myself until there is nothing left. Another one for today was walk all over me. I am a doormat only here to serve. And I have no right to my own time. I could add to that, I have no right to my own resources. The secret is you do have a right to your own time. You do have a right to your own resources. And yes, there are times when other people rely on us. And also, we do have to put the oxygen mask on ourselves first, right? It gets to be tricky, which is why one theme of this series has been wisdom. We get to tune in with our own intuition, with our feelings, and with our creator and find out exactly how to handle every single different situation. I was a caregiver for my brother for a lot of years until he died when I was 25. And I felt like I had a lot of times where I really didn't want to be taking care of him. And I did anyway. And there was definitely some victim attitude to it. But also, it was my choice. It was my choice. And I knew, like, if I just walked away from this, no one would stop me. Like, I don't have to take care of him. I don't have to take care of these people. But I chose to stay and I chose to give more of myself than sometimes I felt like I had available to give. I know that I have a lot of caregivers in my audience. And if that is you and you feel like you have to give more than you have to give, I know I have been there and I have done that. And I'm not going to say that you're wrong or a bad person for over giving or something like that. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But I also believe that God prepares a lot of situations for us. There are people out there that are prepared to help and step up for us if we're open to letting them. I know I've said this before, but I always think back to how many people showed up to help take care of my brother that I never would have guessed. When I was in high school, a bunch of people from the neighborhood, just like other teenage girls, would come over and help get my brother off the bus, get him situated in his chair, take care of him until the rest of us got home from everywhere that we were. People can surprise you. You do not have to be the only person that takes care of everybody that you know. It is okay to open up your own heart to the possibility of extra help. It is possible. Who has God been preparing to step up for you and you didn't even know? And you won't know until you take that leap of faith and start shifting from within to be open to new solutions that can allow you to give to others while reserving your best for yourself. One thing I want us to tap in today is this. Come and tap it in with me. I have a right to my own time. Tap it in. I have a right to my own time. You do. We all have a right to our own time. That's all we have on this planet, right? Like every single thing in this world is just a thing. And what is left is basically time. You know, whatever, the way that we spend our time is the most valuable thing that we can do. And as a very skill oriented person, I love practicing stuff, like practicing anything. Like if I can practice something, I'm like into it. I love practicing and I love using my skills that way, or using my time that way, sorry. But the time we spend caring for others is time even better spent than the time we spend accomplishing and acquiring skills. Other people are, how do I put it? Because I don't want to just say other people. You're other people to me, right? And I'm other people to you. All the humans are of incredible value. And all the time that you spend taking care of yourself is well spent. All the time that you spend caring for others is time well spent. Even if you wish that you could spend that time cultivating accomplishments and creating skills and like making stuff and doing other things, you are using your time in a beautiful way. You do have a right to your own time. Because of the different situations we find ourselves in on this planet, where people are sick and they have like crazy needs and, you know, problems, and we need to show up and step up for them. I don't know. It can be easy to forget how sacred it is to take care of just one person. Even if that one person is just you, it is sacred for you to take care of yourself. It is sacred for you to take care of other people. You do have a right to your own time. We get to use wisdom to choose when it is the time for us to take care of others and when it is time to take care of ourselves and to do the things that we want to do. When my brother was alive, I literally could not imagine what life would be like without that constant gnawing knowledge that he needed me and that he needed me all the time. And, you know, he was alive for the first 25 years of my life, and now he is not. I don't know. I just know that times and seasons are real. I had a 25-year season of caregiving for my brother, and now I'm in a different season. And if you are in a season where you have to sacrifice a lot for the care of other people's physical bodies or other people's mental health, or your own body and your own mental health, I just invite you to breathe in that this is okay. There is nothing to feel bad about. I know it's easy to wish that you were spending your time on other things, and like I get it, and I've been there and I've done that, but it can also be safe to accept a new perspective of peace and wisdom with it. The time spent taking care of bodies and emotions is sacred and important, and it is worthwhile even when you wish you were doing something else. Okay, put your hands on your heart and breathe it in. You are allowed to use your time in the way that you want, and you are allowed to use your time in a way that is wise. You can know what is a wise use of your time by tuning in with our creator, who will guide you every step of the way. Okay, thanks guys. Love you. See you tomorrow.